Good noon, everyone. On behalf of Breakthrough Express, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all on our signature series, Student to Faculty. This series celebrates the journeys of Bragg University alumni who have returned to their alma mater not as students this time, but as mentors shaping the next generation of thinkers and professionals. Today, we are truly delighted to have with us Dr. Upal Aditya Oikya, Assistant Professor at School of Law, Bragg University, and a proud alumnus of the same department. Having pursued his PhD in International under the Stipendium Hungarian Scholarship at the University of Pécs, Hungary, Dr. Upal has contributed extensively to the fields of international humanitarian and criminal law.
Thank you, Dr. Upal, for joining us today. It's always inspiring to see a former student as joining in the classroom again as a faculty member. Firstly, I'd like to ask, you have passed these corridors both as a student and now as a faculty member. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you walk into the School of Law as a faculty member, as sir or doctor as you like to be called?
Okay, firstly, I would say thank you for inviting me to this session. I haven't expected it, like anybody, it is happening. Thank you. And the thing which comes to my mind soon I became a faculty member to School of Law is a huge sense of responsibility, I would say, because when I was the student, I didn't have, I was an active student, but I was also a backbencher. Okay, I was rather focusing on the clubbings and other co-curricular activities, but not less focused on the studies. But now this is a karma given by the Almighty, that it is basically it actually threw me to this whole thing and to realize how pathetic students I was back then, and how the things are, how I can control the whole thing now. Into it.
Thank you. What motivated you from being an alumnus of Bragg to come back and teach at Bragg?
The thing is, there are two aspects to it. Firstly, I got motivation from my learned faculty members, the present dean, Khalida Shamsuddin Mahmood sir, and Dr. Shadir Malik sir, were the two persons who, through them, I actually get the inspiration. Then I went for the PhD scholarship, and I had very strong personalities I had dealt with, encountered. My supervisor, Dr. Mohaya Goston, another PhD supervisor, Professor Elizabeth, they actually kind of inspired me, motivated me to be son of the academia.
Any particular moment that might have influenced you to join academia?
Okay, let's make it a little bit funny. The thing is, when I was a student, I always tried to be a litigant, the lawyer. So soon I graduated, I joined the chamber and under one of my senior. His name is Senior Advocate Jiatang Malu. I served the chamber for almost 1 year, and then I realized that law and litigation is not my thing, which I can do. So that actually triggered me to switch to another profession. So academia was there. I always had this idea to do something for the educational services, so I just moved.
Thank you, Doctor. 3 words to characterize your value student self, and would your current students agree?
Firstly, anxious, because I was so concerned about my, grades and class performance. Second thing is active, because I was quite active in classes, but even though I was a backbencher, I was active in the clubbies, so it also you can also count it in. And the third thing can be I was curious. The thing is, I was always trying to look for new companies and look to meet new people to know them. So yes, these 3 days.
Thank you. What was one academic struggle you faced as a student, and how do you address it now in your classroom?
Okay, so firstly, we didn't have this nice facilities when I was a student. We had to do our classes in Mohakali. We didn't have our permanent campus. Now we have almost everything. We never thought of having a gym or yoga pavilion in campuses, but we have that now. Even probably a swimming pool is also there in the rooftop. Anyway, so yes, firstly the facilities we didn't had it, but also previously the faculty members were very senior, so the students, we were not able to just go to them and ask questions. But now probably the younger faculty members are acting as a bridge between the senior faculty members and the students.
Why international humanitarian and criminal law as a postdoctoral subject? What actually means for you?
Okay, I will correct you that I haven't pursued my postdoctorate yet, which I will be pursuing probably the next year or so on. But for PhD, yes, see, international humanitarian law and international criminal law is basically dealing with the things which are still evolving. Okay, so I always wanted to serve, or I always wanted to work on these things which are evolving in nature. So you have something you can actually contribute to these things. So that actually triggered me to come to these areas.
How did the Pennsylvania Hungarian scholarship and the University of Pécs ecosystem impact on your research mindset?
Okay, one thing is, when I was a student here, we were much more focused on describing the law. But when I joined University of Pécs in Hungary, that was my host university. So in the first session, the professor was forced me to argue with him. Okay, that is the thing they want. They want to argue with them and to make a dialogue, which was missing somehow in Bangladeshi academia. So yeah, it was something new.
One habit that you brought from Pécs to Dhaka?
Okay. Probably maintaining the time because as I always say that I follow the German time. I'm not a German definitely, but I really value this thing. They always maintain the time. If it's 11, it is 11. If it's 12, it is 12. So yes, I brought that. Even probably my current students are suffering from that as well. Grace period is only 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I lock the door. So yeah.
Your biggest challenge, cultural or academic, from Hungary to Bangladesh, and then going back and forth.
Okay. Firstly, when I see Bangladeshi traffic, I was used to it. But when I went to Europe, that was the first cultural shock, that we didn't have these lights red, yellow, green, but anybody can cross the road anytime. But whenever they are crossing, all the vehicles should stop. So that was the first cultural shock, to be honest. And after coming back to Bangladesh after 5 years, the cultural shock was the pace. Basically, because Dhaka is it's overpopulated, it's so much crowd. Okay, and Pécs, on the other hand, was so wide. So still, I'm trying to accommodate,
What is your philosophy in teaching?
Okay, regarding philosophy, I would say I always want my students to think rather than to memorizing things. So I always try to give, whenever in the class, I always try to give the whole picture so that they can think, they can analyze, and they can apply it in their real scenarios, not in a very theoretical manner, but in a practical scenarios. So that is the thing.
Law students often chase case, lists, and judgments.
Mhm.
How do you make them develop an ethical judgment and shape their professional character as opposed to exam techniques?
Okay. The harsh reality is in Bangladeshi academia, you cannot ignore the what was the last point you mentioned, the exam techniques. Yes, you cannot
go to the exam techniques.
you cannot actually ignore that, because our academy is kind of like that. But what I always like try to do is to make the session in that way that people can think more, analyze more, and apply that. So yes, it more relates to my philosophy as well.
Thank you. One misconception of law students in any particular subject you teach that you attempt to solve in your class.
Okay. I teach several subjects, but one of the elective subject I teach, it's called seminar course. It's basically dealing with international humanitarian law and international criminal law. And the misconception is, my students always say like, sir, doctor, there is laws, but how it is, like how the international community is actually applying it. Okay, that is the most misconception my students have, basically, because most of the time, international humanitarian law, or in the bigger picture, international law is getting followed by 99%. Okay, yes, there are some issues like the Israel-Palestine issues. Yeah. There will be several issues which are exceptional, but exceptional cannot be examples. So, yeah, most of the time, international law is like the most debatable thing we were dealing with. My students are like questioning about, but yes, it is not that much, debatable.
Thank you. You have authored about framing violence against religious minorities and human rights in international relations. What legal reforms do you think you can bring to a policymaker to attempt for immediate effect?
One thing motivated me to work on religious minorities' rights and human rights is basically probably I'm also from a minority background, and that actually triggered me to work for this thing. And another thing is, we have enough laws, to be very honest. We have ample of laws, we have ample of rules. But the thing is, we don't have the mechanism to implement those. So we should focus on implementation first. And one suggestion to the policymaker, like for religious violences or community violences, communal violences, or I can say it, hate crimes, the initial suggestion to the policymakers would be, when the victim is going to the police station, the police is reporting it as the violences as assault or vandalism. I would suggest the policymakers to change it to hate crimes or communal violence. Why? The reason is, if there is, when you can actually find a solution, when there will be a problem. So if you are not accepting or acknowledging the problem, then there won't be any solution. So that is the initial suggestion to the suggestion to the policymakers.
Thank you. What did your youngest wish he had asked a faculty member but never did?
And that's a tough one. Probably I would ask one of my professor to think whether the professor ever felt being a failure or not. Okay, because see, like when I see my professor, like they were very, this seems very confident, this seems very professional, this seems very, they achieve everything. And it's very intimidating, to be honest. Okay, so, but if the present current student asks the same question to me, I would say, yes, I also feel like I'm also a failure case because, failure is something, is basically pillar of success, simply. So if you do not fail, you actually don't know how to succeed as well. So yes, like if I ask this next question to myself, yes, I'm a failure case. I haven't achieved everything, each and everything. Probably I achieved something, but not everything. So I am also a failure case as well.
That's a lovely way to think about it, sir. Thank you, Doctor. What do you expect when a student shows up at your door inquiring about research advice or any guidance?
Mm, Firstly, I will appreciate that. Secondly, now I will make a difference. What best student will do? The best student will go to their teachers or their seniors, not by taking just a problem, but they will do their homework first. Okay, they will probably think that I will achieve that. I have prepared a note, I have gone through several documents, and now I have several problems. And then if they go to the teacher or the faculty members with that specific problem, that actually like helps the teacher to guide them properly rather than giving them an abstract solution.
What's the most positive change you have noticed at Bragg University School of Law, and what still needs to improve?
Okay, positive changes is like again going back to our Mohakali campus. See, we didn't have this kind of resources. We had very small classrooms, and the thing is, regarding the course distribution, it was a huge task. Like suppose I want to take a higher level courses, but my prerequisite subject was not offered, so that is the reason we were lagging behind. But this time, like soon after I joined School of Law, I have realized that due to two professors, one is our Professor Atik, and another one is Professor his name I forgot initially. Professor Mustafa and Professor Atik, they really solved this problem. And another thing, how we can actually, what was the question last?
I think that is still needs to be improved.
Okay, there is, you cannot just say that if we do this improvement and that's it. Improvement is a process. So every time we will find lackings, we will improve that. Then there will be so many other things we have to deal with. So yeah, so far it is good. So far what we need is we need to initiate the LLM course as soon as possible. That is the thing we can actually do.
We're all optimistic for that. Thank you, Doctor. 3 habits that can help convert an average law student into a thoughtful young lawyer.
Okay. 3 things. Okay, first, I would say read some books which are not law books, because law is not something. It's not an abstract thing. It's about people. So when you are reading about people and their culture and their history, only then you can connect with the people, and that can actually help a young lawyer. And second thing would be whatever the young lawyer or the lawyer is writing, they should write it in a plain language. Okay, because the reason is, suppose there is a complex scenario and you are not making it you cannot actually make the gist into a single thing, which means basically you also haven't understood the thing simply. So plain language is second requirement. Third requirement can be to be active, to be concerned about whatever is happening around. Okay, and yes, I guess this three thing can actually help.
What is your message to school of law students who are considering going into the field of public interest or international aspects, but are concerned about finances and opportunities?
Okay, my answer is like your concern is real, to be honest, and but don't let them stop you. That's one message. First thing, the thing is, yes, there are multiple opportunities. To be very honest, I never thought of being a part of academia. As I mentioned earlier, I thought of being a lawyer, but what triggered me, because the current environment of the course, that triggered me in a huge way. So I decided, and my academic background was okay. It was not that bad. It was okay. So what I did is I started looking for opportunities, not in the local, not in country, but everywhere. And my preference was Europe. And I looked for scholarships, funding opportunities. So I really got one full funding scholarship. It was a state-funded scholarship. They paid each and everything. Even after going there, I got another scholarship that was called dissertation scholarship. What I did with that dissertation scholarship was I was traveling around Europe, so I have visited 29 countries. So yeah, there are opportunities. Only requirement is you have to be very active.
Thank you, Doctor. That was all. Thank you for being with us. As a law student myself, you give me hope and inspiration to join academia in the future.
Thank you so much for inviting.